Greetings everyone, my name is Kevin Sue and welcome to Slay the Spire. We're going to be doing a challenge here, and I don't mean one of those daily challenges, but play the game from a rather unique perspective. The perspective of a Spork. Basically, we'll attempt to complete the game as if a Spork was controlling the main character. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but it also should be interesting. For those of you who aren't familiar, a spork is a hybrid utensil that is a combination of a spoon and a fork. Imagine a spoon, but at the tip of the cupped end there are 2 or 3 points that can be used to slightly pierce the food. That's a spork. Feel free to Google it if you don't exactly know what that looks like. You might remember that in the latest Toy Story movie, Forky, the character, was a spork. Yes, I don't know why they didn't name him Sporky. That would make more sense. I think that's a missed opportunity there. As for what character, I was thinking that a Spork would choose to play as the Silent. The Silent uses daggers, and daggers are sort of like knives. Yes, a knife is not quite a spoon or a fork, but they are in the same utensil family. Cousins, if you will. Of course, if you feel that a Spork would choose to play a different character, feel free to let me know in the comments. What does playing from a Spork's perspective mean in terms of gameplay? Well, we'll see cards and possibly relics that might appeal to the Spork, and we'll select them. For instance, cards that depict a lot of knives in the artwork, that might be something that we want to go for. Additionally, we're going to try to hit as many locations that branch off as possible. You may have heard the term fork in the road. Well, that's a branching path. The more forks we hit, the happier Sporky will be. Well, theoretically. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, looks like we have a lot of options here. Colorless card. Max HP. I do like transforming 2 cards, but one of the issues that might be is that the strikes in the Silent are all daggers. They're all knives. So Sporky might not be as interested in removing strikes from the deck as a normal player would. So I think we have to take that into consideration. I don't know if we like losing the starter relic either, but that could be interesting. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the map and go ahead and find the forks in the road and see sort of where we're going to try and go. You may notice that I'm selecting only the initial branching path like these and not parts where the paths converge together. And I think that's because generally when you see a fork in the road, you're going from one branch to multiple branches, not multiple branches to one branch. You could argue that if you were traveling in the opposite direction, those would count, but since we are only going up the map, I think that won't be the case here. So let me go ahead and check to see that I didn't miss anything. It looks good to me. Of course, if you see that I did miss something, feel free to let me know. And we're going to, in the tradition of the Spork or the fork, we're going to try to select as many forks in the road as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'd also be 9, 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like we can get 10. 10's a pretty good number, I think. So up here, we got it's about even, 2 and 2. We're going to take the elite and the fire. That will give Spork the best chance possible. We need to hit that chest. So it looks like we have a pretty straight path here. This is kind of a thin map. Do we want to go ahead and go right and try and take this path here, or go down the middle? I think we're going to go down towards the elite to get more relics potentially. It could be a bit more dangerous of a path, but I think that we will be able to do it. Sporky is rather confident. Looks like we'll get an early merchant. So we don't have a lot of gold, but we have the chance to get a bit more through these guys. Okay, it looks like our path is set. 3 elites. 2 fires. 1 question mark. Oh, 2 question marks. The HP might be nice because we aren't going to be able to heal too much. So I don't necessarily want to take damage. We want to see how far Spork can get as possible, and there's no guarantee that we'll make it to the end. Playing as a Spork can be kind of unoptimized, if you will, and it will be good roleplay, but not necessarily good gameplay. I wouldn't recommend using a Spork deck to try and slay the Spire. Of course, while I say that, I am trying to use a Spork deck to slay the Spire, so take that with a grain of salt. I think we'll go ahead with the max HP. It's a very simple upgrade, but one that could prove to be useful later on. Or at least initially. Hey, look, it's a jaw worm. So that's actually a pretty fitting enemy. Sporks often are used to eat food, and a jaw is something that you use to chew food. So they're sort of like, I wouldn't say they're allies exactly. Obviously, Spork is trying to kill the jawworm, but it may be one of those enemies that are like backstory. This is the backstory here. This is Spork's backstory. Spork's village was attacked by this jawworm, and Spork's entire family was killed by the jawworm, and now Spork has to not only kill the jawworm, but every villain associated with a jawworm in order to seek justice and vengeance for his family. So good on you, Spork. We're all rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. We're going to take a lot of damage here. I have 3 defenses. We want to just maybe not take any damage. Yeah, let's see how far Spork can get. I guess it really doesn't matter in this situation. So close. And look, Spork won his first match, so congratulations, Sporky. Okay, so we have 3 cards here. The Deflect is nice, that's 2 knives. It's a 0 cost card, I don't mind that. No knives and backflip, not quite interested. 3 knives and accuracy, and it looks like shivs can deal extra damage in this case. Now, we don't have any shivs in our deck right now, but I think that might be a good path to take for this deck because shivs are basically knives, and it's sort of like growing Sporky's family. So let's go ahead and take accuracy and see what we can do there. Unfortunately, it really doesn't do anything for our deck at the moment. These strength increases are not great, but I think Spork will come out in the end. There's no knife here. There is a knife here, and a knife here. It'll also get us shivs, so let's go ahead and take Cloak and Dagger. We'll get some deck synergy going. That'll be 13 damage. So we can block everything, and I think that's what we're going to do. And we'll trigger one of the defenses right there. Okay. Wow, looks like we got some interesting cards here. We don't have any discards, so this won't get us anything. The Flying Knee. I like the damage, but it's not quite a fork. I think Adrenaline. I think we take Adrenaline. We gain energy to draw 2 cards. It's an Exhaust. It's a gold card. Yeah, let's take Adrenaline. So, Spork, we're at a merchant. We could remove a card. Do any of these cards fit what Spork wants to do? This is a skull here. Applying poison. We're not really applying any poison at the moment. Dexterity. Draw. There's that Cloak and Dagger again. And this is kind of a dagger. We should probably improve the deck. We already have a cloak and dagger. Eight damage is pretty good. But instead of adding a knife to the deck, we'll just remove a defend so that knives come up more often. I think that would be more appealing to Spork. Well, I suppose we could have added a knife in addition, because we have the gold. Or add more shiv. Yeah, we'll replace the defend with another cloak and dagger. We'll see how that works. There's goop everywhere. Well, that's not great. We've been doing pretty well so far. I think Spork can afford to lose HP for gold. Okay, the first elite. Let's see what we can do, Spork. Eating damage is a lot of damage. The one time it's not attacking, and you get all these defense cards. At least we get the shiv. As much as I like to defend against the damage, we might need to just deal lots of damage to this to get out of it. We might have too much block in here. 4 damage is not great. We're so close. We're likely to get a strike. Let's go ahead and try and get as much defense as possible. Okay, well, we came out of that with a little bit of injury. Oh, let's gain 5 more HP right now. Well, good thing we went for that gold, because we got the courier, so discount. I don't think we're gonna want to clog our deck since we're going for a Shiv build. Even though this is a knife here. We're gonna go ahead and skip. I think we have to take it out, but it's going to apply vulnerable. Piercing Whale. A grand finale. That's interesting, but we don't have any card deck manipulation to make that work. A 0 cost, 12 damage card with a knife in it. I think that's what we go for. We're not doing anything with poison. Again, the whale. We can discard 3 cards to gain energy. We don't have any draw though. It doesn't quite fit in our deck. We'll skip it. Oh yes. Yes. Yes, we're going to need that healing. These guys again. 3 of them. Maybe I'll take out 1. And then we could probably trigger... We have 6 defense. We can trigger the shielding of the next 2. And then take care of that next time. Okay, we have a lot of potions here, so we probably want to use one on the elite. Let's take this 0 cost attack too. None of these seem to be pretty good. We don't have any poison. Setup is pretty weak. And they have artifact. That damage is not going to be great. I guess if I could have applied vulnerable. Yeah, we're going to draw more cards to get more options. We're gonna take damage. Okay, fine. Spork's pretty close to healing. You can do it, Spork. Those shields are coming in handy. There we go. Oh, so a larger deck size might... We have a lot of healing for rest sites. Then we're gonna skip. Okay, we're spinning the wheel. Pretty random, guess we'll see what happens. Hey, it's actually a good thing. Nice. Gold will work out well with the courier. Okay, we're going to need a heal at this rest site. We'll gain 24 hit points plus 15, so 39. And that'll put us pretty good. 69 out of 82? Yeah, we definitely needed that. Okay, this guy. I think we're supposed to defeat him pretty quickly. But I kind of want to save this potion. We're fighting the Guardian. Yeah, I want to save the potion for the Guardian, I think. maybe I want to go ahead and use it anyway. Yeah, I think we're going to need to... It's all about damage here. Okay, we got out of that without too much. Okay, looks like resting is going to be key. Whenever we rest, we add a card into our deck, and then adding more cards into our deck gives us more hit points. Got a key. So we could rest here, and that'll bring us to full hit points. Could grab the ruby key, we could smith a card. And I'm sort of leaning towards that. Just because, while we do have, I think we have a decent number of hit points. We healed a little bit from just coming in. I think we should try and improve our deck. Two energy is pretty good. Additional 5 damage. I think if we're going for a Shiv build, let's try and increase our Shiv damage as much as possible. Okay, Spork, let's see what we can do here. Nine damage is pretty good. $12 damage. At least we got into defensive mode. We might just have to go full defense here. $20 damage. Can we do 14 damage? I think 14's doable. Yep, there we go. This is not looking good for Spork. $27 damage. Five itch point. Okay, Spork may not make it very far. We're gonna be very careful here. We really can't take much damage. But we really need to kill this thing quickly. Yeah, we gotta play it safe. Though I don't know how much safer we can play it. Yeah, I can't play a card here. Because that would just kill us. But then we die right here anyway. Well, I think this is the end of the Spork run, guys. Poor Sporky. Tried his best, didn't quite make it there. Well, them's the breaks. Yeah. Kind of a weak deck. Didn't get many Shiv stuff. But we did our best. Spork did his best. Spork tried, and we cheer Spork on. I think that Spork may have a better chance another time. Possibly. Well, who knows. Good try, Spork. Good try. Not many points. Well, anyway, that was the Spork challenge. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, for seeing how well Spork would do. As we discovered, not very well, but maybe in another random map, random setting, random amount of cards, Spork would have succeeded beyond our wildest dreams. Anyway, I hope to continue to do these challenges. They are unique, they're interesting. I personally find them a bit funny. And hopefully one of these days, one of these challenges will actually defeat the final boss. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Kevin Sue, signing out.